Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Howdy, my fellow gamers, to another episode of the Roundtable Oddcast. I guess we could say this is like season 2 because we took 2 months off. Should we do that? Should we classify the podcast as seasons?
Season 2 confirmed.
So this is what, episode 0, season 2?
Well, wouldn't it be like, episode 0, because this is just, us.
Yeah, I mean, technically this is episode like 13 of the Roundtable Oddcast. I don't know if we're really going to do the season thing. We might. Because for all I know, we're going to record this one podcast and then not do another one for another 2 months.
Done. This is going to be the best podcast you've never listened to.
Yep, 100%.
You'll never listen to it.
I can actually tell you the last time we did a podcast. Because the last time that we were even in this call, according to Discord, was back in July. We are now almost in October. If we scroll back, and you scroll back a little bit more.
Jog your memory.
You scroll back a little bit more. July 29th was our last Roundtable Oddcast, and you weren't even in it.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Well, that was the one with Scarlet. And then before that, that was when... that was the really good one. That was the Cancel Culture Freedom Fest one. America!
Which is still one of the most underrated podcasts we've ever done.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say.
But apologies for taking so much time off. Fuck you, we have jobs. So.
Well, at least one of us does.
I work. The fuck?
All of that. Sure.
Out of the 3 of us, 2 of us work.
So you don't work?
Bitch, I work!
I'm still not seeing where you have a job here. So. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Well, I do have a fun story for, I guess, like the next time all 3 of us are together, because I do want to do like a catch-up episode where we don't necessarily talk about games or movies or whatever. We just talk about the last 2.5 months that we haven't fucking done a podcast. Because boy, do I have a roommate story for you guys. But
this is all right. So I just want to say before that gets any further, 2020 we can all agree has been a shitstorm from front to back. For everyone, for different reasons, mainly COVID-19, you son of a bitch. But beyond the point, all I'm going to say is, at least I didn't catch fire, and I didn't have a shitty roommate. I may have broken my leg.
That was 2019.
Yeah, but it crossed over into 2020.
Nah, you broke your leg in October. You can't use that as an excuse.
Hey, and I lost out on 4 promotions this year.
I feel that on a spiritual level.
Just saying, lost out on your 4 promotions.
He missed out on 4 promotions, but I went for the same promotion 4 times and got passed over until he stole my job.
Well, now I know what it feels like to
be it's fucking karma, bitch! But, what are we talking about? Because you guys will not see this episode. Normally we would upload on a Saturday night, but we are going to upload it, quote, today, October 1st. But we're actually recording this on the 29th as the presidential election debate thing is going on. So, yay.
Just kill me. Just fucking kill me now.
Yay, American politics. So I guess that's probably the scariest thing we'll ever talk about. So it makes sense that this is going to be a horror-themed fucking podcast.
Well, I don't want to say it's a horror-themed podcast. So I floated an idea to Freak pretty much last night after work. I was like, holy shit, I've got an idea. I don't have those too often. At least not good
he doesn't.
Ones. Not good ones, at least. And I was basically saying, I know we haven't done a podcast or oddcast in quite some time, July 29th. I wanted to start doing one more frequently in more palatable versions, but in October, because it is spooky season, nothing but horror and just basically true crime related podcast stuff just for October, just because it is Halloween. So for this one, the very first one that we're going to do for October 1st, since we are a gaming related channel, we're going to do Gaming Urban Legends. And I'm not gonna lie, like, there's a few of them that I looked up and was kind of like, wow, that's pretty fucking cringy, kind of shitty. And then there's a few I'm like, hold on a minute, this is pretty fucking weird.
A lot of them like debunk themselves almost immediately, but there's those few that make you go, what if? What?
Yeah.
What if?
There's definitely a few. So I don't know how many we'll wind up doing for October. Me personally, I'm gonna try and do as many as possible just to kind of keep the Oddcast going for October, because true crime is something that I'm very big on. So I feel like I can definitely help add to the
Normally we do 2 episodes a month. They're bi-weekly. But for October, if we can, we're able to just get together more often. We can do one for every Saturday. That way we can have 4 weeks of October spooky horror things.
I would like to try to do more than that, but we'll play it by ear.
Yeah, I mean,
keep it a little loosey goosey.
Yeah, boy. So I mean, since it's your
strong.
Season 2 soon to be canceled immediately.
Cancel culture now.
Yep. So it's your idea. You start us off.
All right. So I'll start us off with one that okay. So this one, trying to think of a way how to word it. Is the most over the top ones, if you want to call it that. Like one that, like, after I read it to you, you're like, oh, okay, doesn't make sense, but let me get into it. So I know you're a big Legend of Zelda fan. This is partially why I picked this one. Did you play Majora's Mask?
Majora's Mask is the game that I got fired over.
I
have not beaten it. I have played it, but it's easily one of the more difficult Zeldas, just because I love exploring and I love Zelda, and Zelda's a game that you can put a lot of hours into, and I hate the time constraints. The whole game is a fucking time-based mission.
Well, yeah, I mean, the moon's coming to kill you. Yeah, sip that drink. But so essentially,
not sponsored.
Should be. Oh, you forgot to mention our sponsors for this week.
Fucking none.
Yeah, well, there you go. Now that I'm deaf.
Maybe Denver wants to come in. I mean, it's not like,
That's not funny. Actually, it is. I'm the biggest Denver fan for this week, just this week. But beyond the point. So we get back into the story here.
Right.
So, all right. So everyone knows Majora's Mask for the N64. The cartridges, everyone's familiar with it. Well, there was a 4chan thread going around that apparently, I forgot the guy's name, doesn't really matter, but someone bought a Majora's Mask N64 cartridge. The sticker was peeled off and it just had written in like black marker, Sharpie, whatever, Majora's Mask. The guy told the player, this is from a kid, I think it was his son or a family member, basically a young child that wound up passing away. So he said he had no reason to keep it, so he's going to sell it at this yard sale. Well, the person from 4chan who created the thread bought it, booted it up, and when he booted up the game initially, excuse me, he saw a save file called Ben, just B-E-N, Ben. So he didn't think nothing of it, left the file, and started his own, save file. So as he's playing Majora's Mask, he realizes that all the NPCs are calling him Ben. So the guy's thinking to himself, man, it's got to be just a glitch. It's got to be some kind of overwrite. It's got to be some kind of mess up. So he's like, well, let me try to do it this way. I'll go back to the save file screen, delete the Ben file, just keep playing. Well, as soon as this guy deletes the Ben file, the game starts freaking out. And what I mean by freaking out, music starts playing backwards, garbled text. The game actually threatens him, says, you shouldn't have done that, your turn, all that kind of stuff. It starts killing Link automatically every time he tries to load up another session.
Lighting him on fire and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So you've seen it.
I know.
And the crazy part... Okay, so you do know it?
Yeah, but keep going. It's a good story.
So the crazy part was the guy literally through the entire thing was taking screenshots, videos of the game doing this, and was keeping people abreast on 4chan of what the situation was with this game. In the game, they actually had a Link statue that would follow him around to every area too. That was another thing. So as he does this, he tries deleting the original game file, the one that he was playing. He's like, oh, screw it, I'm done. He tries to delete that. After he deletes that, he boots up the game again, and then it says Ben drowned, as in the kid who owned the game drowned. It gets crazier from there. Like I said, every time Link dies, it always has some snarky remark like, you've met a terrible fate. you're next, all that kind of stuff. And apparently, if you read deeper into the 4chan thread, it actually apparently this dude was saying along the lines of like he was having nightmares, trouble, obviously trouble sleeping, things in his house were happening, all that kind of stuff. And it didn't get debunked until like years later. This dude kept it under wraps for so freaking long. And I give him mad credit for it too, for just like keeping the shtick alive. And like people were like really invested in this thing, like really invested on 4chan and all that. So I thought it was really interesting because I've never really heard of it until I looked it up.
The Cursed
So I thought it
Majora's Mask cartridge. Yeah.
was.
It's because I saw some footage of it too, like actual video stuff that they still have on YouTube. And like Link just randomly bursts into flames. There's one where like he gets almost snapped in half, like he's running around the game at a perpendicular 90-degree angle. And they're like swapping out faces on characters and shit. So Link's got the mask salesman. It's just creepy as shit. It was cool as hell. But yeah, they finally debunked it because like the guy who made it was like a content creator, coder, whatever, and he's like, yeah, I made like a fake scripted, coded, broken cartridge, but it took like 10 years for them to reveal it, which I just kind of wish he never did. I think the Cursed Majora's Mask was so much cooler.
Well, and then the crazy part too is like he kept like every once in a blue moon adding to the thread, a little bit here, a little bit there, and so he kept essentially the urban legend going with it. And I think that's kind of what drew me into this one because I've actually never heard of this story. Like I'm not a big 4chan Reddit person. I don't go onto like any of those subreddit websites or anything like that. So this is the first time I actually came across it, and like as I started reading it, I got like really like just into it. Like I was like, oh shit, like that's fucking creepy. So I
It's
fully approved of it too.
when you texted me last night, like I've got a Zelda one. I was like, fuck, he's gonna take the Cursed Majora's Mask one. Because the other really cool, I guess, kind of urban legend mythos slash confirmed, is that Majora's Mask is about the 5 stages of grief as well, because it's based off of death and just darkness and all that. And I can't remember the full article because I've read it like 100 times, but it's a fucked up game. So if you guys haven't played it, go play it, and then tell me to finish it because it's part of my backlog. You know that we can't have an episode of the Oddcast without mentioning the backlog. But we do have Twitch channel point redemptions now where you guys get to choose my next game of the backlog. We already have 3. I've got a 100% Batman Arkham City. I've got to finish Borderlands 3. And now I've got to 100% Assassin's Creed Origins. All still while trying to do Until Dawn for October on Twitch. And, I don't know, Witcher 3, which is a fucking huge game. But one of
Bible game.
Yeah. Fuck, it's so good. Well, I know that you said you had a Pokemon one.
Yes.
Is it the kids committing suicide because of Lavender Town?
Yeah. Lavender Town syndrome.
And that one I 100% believe because that song is creepy as shit still to this fucking day.
So I want you to tell, like, did you look it up or like do you have like notes for it right now? Or
No, I don't have notes for it.
Okay, so I actually have notes for it.
All right, go with it.
Well, there's a reason why I have notes for it because that one I remember being young and hearing something about that. Like I remember, so I just want to preface this by saying that Pokemon is not adverse to controversy. We all remember the Misty card where it was a trainer card. Long story short, she looked like she was naked and she was trying to hug a Starmie or a Staryu, I believe. So we remember that. So also, people forget that Pokemon caused over, was it like 700, 800 mass seizures when
in Japan with the Porygon 2 episode.
Yup. So a lot of Pokemon is not
Porygon.
adverse.
Porygon 2 hadn't been out yet.
But Pokemon hasn't been adverse to controversy in some way, shape, or form. So for me to like sink my teeth into this one wasn't that hard for me to believe what was going on. So essentially, everyone knows Red and Blue in America, Red and Green in Japan for the very first Pokemon games on the Game Boy. Everyone knows if you're not a Pokemon aficionado or anything like that, Lavender Town in the game is where the basically mass graveyard for Pokemon are. It's where all your spirit type Pokemon come out: Ghastly, Gengar, Haunter, all that. So having that in a game that's based for children was kind of creepy in itself. And I can tell you, like, I remember the first time I played it, that song was so haunting. Like, I was like, oh god, I feel uneasy just playing this shit. Um, Essentially, the song for the Japanese versions of the game caused now reports have been conflicting about this. It's anywhere between, a couple to a couple hundred on different posts that I've read about it and different research I've done. The only thing that's skeptical about it is that none of it has been confirmed. Like, there's no been concernable evidence, meaning no police reports have been filed saying, hey, this is what caused these suicides 110%. And I guess that'd be kind of hard to prove anyway, because I guess everyone would have different motives regardless. At the
It's
same
not like
time,
these kids are leaving notes saying Pokemon made me do it.
yeah, I mean, I wish they did.
Yeah, it's a creepy fucking song. I learned it on a guitar last year, right before Sword and Shield came out, and even playing it, I was like, ugh, I forgot about these notes.
So essentially, the game itself, what a lot of people don't realize is that the Japanese version had a different song than the American version. It because obviously it came out in Japan first. They this actually happened before it was released in America. They, I guess, believed that the song did have some kind of connotations to lead children to do this. They removed the song, altered it, and it's not altered by much. I heard the two different versions. There's very little alterations, but you can definitely tell there's an alteration between the Japanese version and the American version. Um, and so that kind of leads me to believe that if they took it out of the game, altered it, and then sent it to America, there might have been something to this particular urban legend. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they pull it out of the game if they didn't, like, oh, this might be a thing, you know?
We're killing kids. Nintendo hates kids. Biggest market, and they want to eliminate their own market. Just no more.
I mean, they had it coming. They had it
Did did you hear the one about Saddam Hussein?
Yes, absolutely. So I read that one. I totally read that one, and the reason why I didn't like put that in right away is because I remembered when that was happening. Like, no bullshit, I remember when that was going on because my dad bought me a PS2. So I should preface this by saying that the whole Saddam Hussein thing. Well, actually, this is yours. Do you want to kind of explain it a little bit?
Pretty much when the PS2 was coming out in 2000, 2001, the rumor was that because the PS2 and its processing unit was so good at being able to process polygons of all fucking things, Saddam Hussein was going to buy like 10,000 of them, scrap them for parts, and use their processors to help create weapons of mass destruction in the world. So
What
Sony,
would Saddam Hussein do with an Xbox Series X, though? That's the real question we need to be
right?
asking ourselves here.
Look at the
What would
technology
he do
now.
with it? Hmm.
But so yeah, apparently he was going to try to end the world using a whole lot of PlayStations.
I'd be more impressed if he did it with GameCubes.
Yo, the GameCube's a great fucking system. Let's not shit on it, okay?
Yeah, but here's the thing: he didn't have to kill people like for the computing power of the PS2. All he had to do was get a bunch of GameCubes, tie it to a rope, and smack people with it because that thing was fucking indestructible.
Yeah. I mean, I've still got one sitting right over there. It's a hefty, hunky beast.
Indestructible.
But yeah, I laughed when I read that because I mean, America looked into it. Like we went over there, we found no weapons of mass destruction or anything, but just that was a legitimate cause of concern for a while
So
with the launch of
hold
the
on.
PlayStation.
So hold on. Let's back this up a bit. Imagine being the person that has to walk into the president's office and be like, "All right, Mr. President, um, we did what you asked. We went to Saddam. He said he didn't have any PS2s, or he didn't have any WMDs. Excuse me, he didn't have any WMDs, but he had a PS2. Now I know what you're thinking. This could be some cause for concern, but he only had one. He only had one,
He was
and
playing
he had
Sly.
Midnight Club. He had Midnight Club, Sly Cooper. I mean, I feel like we can kind of trust this guy a little bit. He only had one.
One PlayStation.
How many bombs can you launch with one place? One place. I myself have three. And then the president looks at him like, "Oh, you've got
You're
three."
the terrorist.
Wrong answer, Chief. But
As
But
I
no,
look
I
over at
remember
my 4 PlayStations on my shelf right now.
FBI. If you can hear this, it's Freak. It's always been Freak. It's not me. All I have is an Xbox and a tablet. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah. Hey.
What'd you play Last of Us 2 on? What'd you play Ghost of Tsushima on?
Not pirated software.
Huh?
That's for sure.
Huh? Fucking liar.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. With what?
Oh, that's a sexy mask though.
What?
She busted it out last time on the podcast too.
Yeah. Well, I gotta bust it out again. But
Bust
no,
the fat nut.
I fully remember like that stuff going on. Because my dad, when he bought me a PS2 when they were coming out,
Said, now, son, don't go launching nukes at America with this, okay?
That's not what he told me.
Oh. Doom's dad is a terrorist, confirmed.
Illuminati confirmed. But no, I remember like because the news was big on this, like, and of course, my dad still to this day watches too much damn news. He wound up telling me, he's like, all right, now you know if something's going on weird with this system, we need to figure it out and get rid of it, because he thought like terrorists were gonna come here. This is like post 9/11 too, so like all the crazy rigmarole of terrorism and all that kind of stuff actually had a face now with 9/11.
Yep.
So he was very paranoid, but that wore off within like a week or two. But yeah, I remember that whole PS2 like.
And I think it's still like the greatest system of all time.
Definitely up there. Definitely up there for sure.
And Nintendo's about to beat it. The Switch sales are astronomical. They're closing in on the PS2 sales.
Yeah, but I mean memories. I'm sorry, my memories are more with a N64 and a PS2 than with a Switch. I don't even play my Switch.
I love the Switch, and that's why they're actually making so much money right now, is they're porting so much old shit back. They just did Mario 3D All-Stars, which was Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy, all ported to the Switch, and I'm like, bro, sold. I want that. Give it to me now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hit you right in the old member berries.
Oh, yeah. Fucking, I remember? Remember Chewbacca?
Do you remember?
I remember. They're doing a 1-hour pandemic special tomorrow night, guys. Not sponsored, South Park. Please love us.
I love you, Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
All right.
But so another one, urban legend, which this will tie into kind of what we said earlier in the podcast, was about him being a Denver fan. The Madden curse. It's not one that I don't think most of our fans will. I mean, everyone somewhat knows of the Madden curse to some extent. But I don't think people realize like the extent of how much it's fucked people up in the NFL. Like it's pretty much, I think it's only
Brady and Mahomes.
No, Brady, Mahomes, Ray Lewis, and I feel like I'm forgetting one.
Because it literally started with the first person they put on the cover. Because after they got rid of John Madden, they put I can't remember his name, but the 49ers.
Garrison Hurst, god damn it.
Fuck off. I'm still going to say I don't remember. The 49ers running back, though, he broke his leg and then also had a
bone infection.
Yeah, he had a bone infection in it. And that was literally the start of the Madden curse. And I mean, look at Antonio Brown in 19. Look at him now. Gronk? Well, I mean, Gronk got injured all the fucking time. Aaron Rodgers.
It was after that.
Yep.
It was after that. Peyton Hillis.
Yep. It was funny, though, because I was watching a video about it just because, I mean, we both know about the Madden curse, but it's like, let's look at how deep it goes. And they're like, even this couldn't stop Brady, though. I was like, God damn it. And then I got really excited. Yeah. I got really excited when they put Mahomes on the cover because I was like, fuck the Chiefs. He's
immune.
Yeah. But, I mean, really, when you look at it statistically, the amount of people affected versus not affected by the Madden curse, like, it is, like, if you go on the cover of Madden, your season's going to get fucked.
Yeah, actually, I forgot who's on the cover this year.
I haven't really kept up since I stopped working.
Oh, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson from the Ravens, which is only 3 games in, so, and he lost last night, so I don't know, like, it's too early to tell, but we'll know by the end of the season for sure.
I'm surprised they put him on.
He won the MVP last year.
still.
I don't know. Lamar Jackson's awesome, so he's awesome. I approve. So yeah, so like I said, I know a lot of people aren't gonna like, oh, that's not an urban legend. I don't know. I feel like that kind of qualifies, and it's
I
pretty.
100% agree.
But one of the crazier ones. Now, this one. So, if there's any conspiracy theorists out there, need you to put your thinking cap on for this one, because this one we're gonna go down a rabbit hole, and we're gonna talk about some shit here. We're gonna talk about some shit. So, first things first, Freak, I have to ask you, do you know what MK Ultra is?
Mm-hmm.
The government
Yeah.
program to
You're about to do the Sayoba, fuck, I can't remember what it's called, but I know where you're going. Go on.
Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know what MK Ultra is, uh in the 70s, I believe it was 60s and 70s, the US government did a nifty little experimentation against people's will and unknowingly to do mind control.
Oh, we would
They
never. We're America. We're
what?
great.
We made America great, and we're gonna do it. Never mind, my tongue's gonna fall out if I complete that sentence.
Don't forget to go
Uh,
vote in November, guys.
Please vote. Having said that, MK Ultra was a big deal. It got I forgot when it got declassified exactly, but basically, CIA agents were dosing people with acid, seeing the effects on it, dosing people with other type of psychedelic drugs to see the outcome of it and see if they could alter people's thought patterns, control the way they think, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot more than just that, but that was the primary basis of it. Well, in the fall of 1981 in Portland, Oregon, a arcade cabinet called I can never say it right. I'm gonna be shitty if I can't get it. Polybius. There you go, Polybius. Um, a new game called Polybius comes out, and a pretty much all black, arcade cabinet. No real markings on it except for the main title, Polybius. No markings of the creator, anything like that, and it showed up in a very small amount of Portland arcades. And apparently at the time, because I wasn't born in the 80s, so I don't know. Apparently at the time, it wasn't too crazy of an idea for a relatively unknown game to just show up in arcades and people play it, and then the game get bigger. So,
I miss arcades.
same. It's how I learned how to play Virtual Fighter. Virtual Fighter and
Oh,
Mortal
is that why you
Kombat.
suck so much?
Exactly. See, you get it.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't seen the video already, scroll back about 2 years worth, and
Please,
you'll see
please
how
don't,
bad
because
Doom is at Mortal Kombat and
my
Injustice.
my dick still hurts. My dick still hurts.
It's great times. Great times. We need to
Freak,
do like a
freak.
rematch video.
That's fine.
I
Get
think that'd be a lot of
MK11.
fun.
Let's find out.
I got an
Uh,
achievement hunting in short, but anyways, Polybius. Didn't somebody die playing it?
I didn't get that far into it, but it's same thing, unconfirmed. Like no one will blatantly say, "Oh yeah, this game killed someone," but there was a lot of other weird going on with this game. So Polybius itself was basically a lot of flashing lights, geometry war style game with a bunch of crazy shapes, matching it, all that kind of stuff. Apparently, it was popular in the 80s because it was a knockoff of another game. Can't remember off the top of my head. I know I do excellent research. I'm so awesome. Beyond the point, you get the idea. Like it was very a lot of flashes, a lot of lights, all that kind of stuff. So apparently, people were reporting getting sick on the game. Like wanting to throw up, motion sickness, all that kind of stuff. Um, People said they weren't thinking shit. They're feeling kind of fuzzy. Again, reported deaths of it. Nothing really confirmed, but it definitely was being forwarded. Uh, People have come out and said they saw guys in black suits coming and collecting data from the game, and I guess they saw them like working on it, but they said they were collecting data, and a lot of people believe it was the U.S. government trying to form another MK Ultra experiment on the youth of America through video game. Now, this one is, I think, the easiest one to believe out of all of them because the U.S. government has done a lot of shady shit. as I mean, clearly with MK Ultra itself, for them to do that to America's youth, it's not that far of a stretch for me. Like I could totally see the U.S. government's like, oh man, we need to see how we can kind of alter the way the youth is thinking. We gotta get them to think about Ronald Reagan and Reaganomics.
Reagan smack.
Exactly.
Reagan
So
smack.
so apparently, as quickly as these game cabinets came up, they disappeared. So they weren't in what's it called? The arcades long. And so a lot of people believe that it was an experiment from the US government that created all these issues with these gamers, these kids playing these games. Um, and the funny part is the game still lives on to this day. It's actually bought out by another company. It's kind of like one of those indie games. I don't know if it's the exact same thing. I mean, I hope so. Can you alter my thought waves?
Yeah.
But
Will that make you get a PC sooner?
uh,
So there's another Nintendo one with more suicide.
oh, my favorite.
Yeah, right. Because Nintendo just loves to kill, and this one isn't even really fully fleshed out. It's already been pretty easily debunked, but still, for the time in Luigi's Mansion, there
Oh,
was a
well,
scene.
hold on. I've got one too. Before you go into further with Luigi's Mansion, I have it from a very reliable source that Reggie Fils-Aimé eats children.
Well, yeah. How do you think he
Cannot
stays that powerful?
exactly.
I mean, he worked
Reggie.
with Robot Chicken, had to eat some kids for that, and I mean, just and honestly, you know what? I love Reggie so much that, feed him some kids, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what
here's my
orphanages
thing.
are for. I'm sorry, I'm going
He's
to
no
hell.
longer. You fucked me up with that one. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Reggie, eat my firstborn
That requires you to actually have kids. But
that you know of.
in Luigi's Mansion, there's a scene where you're in a very dark room and the phone starts ringing. And there's something about phones that always creep me out. I don't like phones. They fucking suck. Like in Outlast, the dial tone that you always hear terrifies me. I know, get that away from my face. Speaking of phones though, October 15th, I'm stoked. But
Is it for what you told me?
the LG Wing comes out and I'm going to get it.
Fucking lame ass.
But as you're on the phone, lightning flashes through the window behind you. And you can see Luigi's shadow hanging from the ceiling.
What?
Yeah. But the way that it's explained is really just because, I mean, it's not like they can do what they did with shadows and lighting today versus then. So it's just kind of the way the angle was during that particular cutscene, where the lighting's from. They're like, no, we're not hanging Luigi. We're not killing a Mario brother.
Even though he is the inferior Mario brother. I just
He's
want to
the
specify
superior Mario brother.
Inferior.
Luigi is the best.
No.
Get Mario the fuck out of here, all right? If anybody deserves to be hanging, it's Mario. Yeah, Luigi's the best. I would let him snort my anus, okay?
You mean, wait, hold on.
But yeah, that's just a...
Paint me a picture of...
I mean, have you seen how bulbous their noses are? Like...
I have, but what I'm saying is, would he go full nose?
No, full in.
Or
Fucking
like
full in.
Okay, just...
Yeah, just, like... My ass would be connected to his face. He wouldn't be able to see his nose anymore. It'd be in. Pretty much like a giant butt plug, you know?
Freak-a-Ouija, or... I don't know, I can't think of anything.
Freak Ouija? I don't fucking know. Freegie.
The freak?
I'm a new fucking frozen yogurt. Freegie.
Oh, welcome to Audio World. Get the Freegie.
It's just a double fudge chocolate, you know?
Yeah.
Then you stomp it down the drain. But, I mean, that was literally the whole thing, because they debunked it so fast. But, like, when I saw the clip, I was like, I can easily see how people are like, holy fuck, they're hanging Luigi. And I was like, why is Nintendo always related to suicide shit?
Because, Nintendo wants you to feel like that child you were growing up. And then you realize where you're at in life now and where you were when that game came out and how much better it was then as opposed to now. And you want to go back to then, but you're here now, so you can't go back to then because you're here now. So fuck it. Kill yourself.
I mean, it's pretty spot on.
Just kidding. Don't kill yourself. If you have any suicidal thoughts, get help. All about self-help.
Yes.
Mental health is important. If anyone
Incredibly.
knows about it, it's freaking myself. If anyone knows about that, that is a dead serious,
Yes.
no pun intended, dead serious topic.
No, it's always ask for help. Reach out. That's why we did the 3 covers for Linkin Park, and posted the message at the end of everyone. National Suicide Prevention Hotline and shit. Mental health's no fun, no jokes, and Nintendo stop trying to tell people to kill themselves.
Yeah, Nintendo. What the fuck's your problem?
I know the one that I'm gonna end on, but there is another one that I'll talk about because we only got about 10 minutes left, anyways. But
Oh wait, hold on. You're putting time frames on our podcast? Oh what? You run this shit? You're putting time frames on our podcast?
Thank you guys so much for watching. I've decided and made the executive decision as the fucking sole creator of the Gamers of the Roundtable right now to end the podcast. But so the really big one, I guess, in recent terms, because a lot of the shit that we've dug up has been from the 80s and early 2000s, was with the launch of Minecraft.
I knew this one was coming because I was gonna add this one too. I was gonna add this one, but I decided not to.
Herobrine. That is.
All right, so I gotta ask before you go deep into this because, like, I appreciate Notch like adding into it when it was a thing, but like, was that really a big thing with Minecraft?
Yes.
Because like I played it when it was in its, I think, one of its alpha builds back in the day. I played it, but I wasn't like deep into it, and I never looked at like patch notes or nothing like that. And I know you are like balls to the wall into that game, and I just
Fucking love
never
Minecraft.
knew if so. Herobrine was really that big.
It was a big deal, but he wasn't an actual thing. Like nobody's
Well, I know that,
seen
yeah.
him. Everybody was like, "Oh, I've seen him," and then there's like all these altered pictures online and shit. But it was weird how they could take a cute, innocent game of Minecraft and just take the basic character model of Steve. I mean, it's fucking 16-bit whatever bullshit. It's not that impressive graphically. But then when you just add soulless white eyes onto a player model, you're like, holy fuck. And if that thing really did pop up like behind you to destroy your house or kill you or whatever the hell Herobrine was supposed to be up to, yeah, I'd stop playing too. But I mean, that's like really the only big one recently. Like, there's a whole bunch of like little Easter eggs from Rockstar about like Sasquatch and Bigfoot and shit, but no actual like urban legends of the last decade in gaming for me.
Well, the only thing I will say, talk about like the whole Rockstar and Sasquatch, that got its popularity all the way back in San Andreas.
Yep.
The other one too, like another one is the Aliens in Red Dead Redemption 2 and the Aliens in Grand Theft Auto 5, which I think they're more of an Easter egg than urban legends, because I think Rockstar's already come out and said, with San Andreas that there was no Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they put little things here and there, but there was no like legit coding Sasquatch in there where other people say, "Oh yeah, it's there. I saw it." Just like Herobrine. Bah! Fuck you. No, it wasn't. You're a liar.
Yep. And a whore.
Man, you gotta attack me like that?
Mm-hmm. Gotta remind you who you are. Can't let you forget your roots.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But no, seriously though, like I think Rockstar's one of the best ones when it comes to like adding in like
Easter
slick
eggs.
shit like that. Yeah, like slick shit like that. And then like going along with it. But you're right, like I can't think of like the last like quote unquote urban legend besides Herobrine, for gaming related stuff. But like I said, besides I guess Madden Curse is still ongoing, even though
Well,
Antonio
we'll
Brown
see how.
before.
Well, it was Mahomes last year, Brady the year before, then Antonio Brown.
Okay, so it skipped 2.
Yeah.
So.
And we'll see how Lamar Jackson does. But honestly, with how fast people are dropping like flies this season, I think the curse is going to strike this year.
I hope not.
I really do. I don't give a shit about Lamar Jackson, so. But I guess the last one I'll top off on, and this is also semi-recent, and it comes from a very beloved
Forearm?
Fallout 3. I was showing you the Pip-Boy.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be talking about another game that's.
I still really want that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just put it away then.
You're a slut.
Yeah.
But So in Fallout 3, you could go kill the DJ Three Dog. Not sure why you would, because Three Dog was the fucking best. He was a pimp. He was a boss. A beast.
Bow wow.
Yeah. But if you did, apparently like the ghost of Three Dog would start another like radio station that you could tune into. And it was all done in like Morse code, and it was predicting future happening. It predicted the date of like Gary Coleman's death. It predicted some other fucking date. I can't remember. I didn't write any of it down. I just read about it. But it predicted like 3 things. And Bethesda was like, no. It's not really a thing. The game's just glitched. And I'm like, fuck. That's a valid excuse because you're Bethesda. But still.
Damn you, Bethesda!
But I mean, I wish that there was more creepy shit in Urban Legends with gaming. Like, stop making such perfect things. Give us some fucked up shit.
I think, the reason why we don't see more, like, quote-unquote urban legends with gaming is because it's a third-person medium. Like, the person creates it, you have the consumer, and then they play it, so it's, like, being relived through a third person, so it's kind of hard to have a, like, quote-unquote urban legend.
Yeah.
I think some of the ones that we did find were pretty, like, interesting, for sure, especially the Pokemon one.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting, and the Polybius one, to me, just with the whole government involvement with MK Ultra, I can see that being a thing, and to me, that's more interesting than some of the creepy pastas I've come across.
Oh yeah, for sure. Slenderman and shit.
Yeah, which I can't stand Slenderman.
I own a game. I haven't played it yet. I plan on it just because I like horror games, and also it's on Xbox, so I gotta get those achievements. But I mean, there's so many other creepier things. I will say, since we're wrapping up, though, in terms of talking about creepy things, there's going to be a 60-second review coming out tonight as well, since this is going to come out on October 1st. Really just to kick off the horror month. Then we will go back to Sundays. That's why there wasn't an episode on this Sunday. I wanted to, like, it. So...
Sounds good, but don't let him fucking fool you. He's just lazy.
This one will be Silent Hill 2.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there you go.
You didn't tell me!
You get a 60-second review of Silent Hill 2.
I want to be fine, okay.
Spoiler alert! Just kidding.
It sucks! No.
I mean... But, and then next week we will do probably Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Hold on. Did you just insinuate that it sucked and not in a joking way?
Did I insinuate that it sucked not in a joking way?
Did you?
I don't know, did I?
Fuck you up.
The entire live stream playthrough is available to watch as well on the YouTube.
That's too fucking long for me to pay attention. I'll just play it myself.
You watched like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, I'd rather just play it.
Yeah, but you've already played it. The whole point is this is my first ever time playing it. Blind reaction, live going in. Come on, you're fake news.
I am fake.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate you.
Actually, so we're coming to a close on this Urban Legends.
Gaming Urban Legends. We might talk more Urban Legends.
Yeah. Gaming Urban Legends. If there's any particular topic you want to see us tackle for the month of October, horror related, true crime related, game horror related, whatever it is pertaining to October, because Halloween, our favorite time of year, at least mine.
Yep.
Freak. I don't
100%.
care what he likes.
No.
Fuck Freak. I don't care what he likes.
Yo, Halloween, dude. Fuck you. We share this. Although Thanksgiving. I mean, bro, eating 7 turkeys. Oh.
7?
I'm like Joey Tribbiani, dude. I'm wearing Phoebe's maternity pants and everything. Let's go.
Yeah.
I put that joke in there for Scarlett.
Yeah, because she's watching it right now, like Friends. I hear it through the wall.
I know. She sent me a Snapchat earlier today of her drinking from her Central Perk cup, watching Friends, and I said, I approve.
Yeah, of course you did.
But yeah, no, Halloween is like the best time of year.
Yeah, it is. If there's any particular Halloween topic or horror-related topic that you want to see us talk about on the Oddcast, shoot a comment, message free because I'm not gonna fucking answer. No, no, seriously. Send us a message, do a comment, whatever the case may be. If you're a Patreon of Freaks, shoot them a message there too. We're here to provide content, especially for October, because that's our favorite time of year easily.
And
So
we
want to
do
provide the
plan
best
on
content
doing a
possible.
fucking serial killer episode.
It's gonna happen, but someone's not here again. I think he died again.
Yeah.
I think he died
Like,
again.
we've been trying to do a serial killer podcast for like 3 months now.
You know what the crazy part is, too? I looked up Australian serial killers for him. I misplaced the paper, but I had it.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking, because I want to get more consistent with the Oddcast, I'm thinking we're about to start bringing in guests. We're going to start doing like actual guest appearances. I do want to do one episode that you probably won't be on because it's going to be dedicated entirely to Siege, but it'll be like me and the Siege Squad and shit. I'm talking about the state of the game, launch to now. I want to bring in other podcast guests. I've got a friend who does a horror podcast, so I'm going to try to get her in.
Hold on. Backtrack. That Siege shit's gonna be after October because no one wants Siege shit sprinkled in.
I will fucking do it whenever I want. Tell you what, you can update.
And you'll be fucking wrong.
You can upload whatever you'd like whenever you build a PC and join the fucking channel. Yeah, fuck me sideways and call me Mary. But I know we gotta hash some stuff out in terms of like a horror, like a solid horror podcast, like some research and shit. Because I do have another friend who's a horror streamer and everything. Might be able to bring her on. She also just wrote a book, a horror book. I have purchased it.
Oh shit.
Who
is
cool.
this?
You don't know her. I'll text you about it after though. But like literally, you don't know her.
Just fuck me then. Okay, fuck me then.
Yeah, fuck you. But seriously, guys, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. We are about to do the After Dark episode as well, which you can find on the Patreon for low as $1 a month.
Everyone thumbs up.
Yep, thumbs up and then put it up your butt. But yeah, we will see you in the next one, hopefully more consistently. And as always, stay freaky.
Go fuck yourself.